Hello guys, welcome to this 3D Blast tutorial. My name is Carlos Sosa. You can check out my work at my webpage or on all of my social media. In this tutorial we're going to be learning how to create tentacles using modifiers. This is an artwork named Oracle that I just posted a few days ago, and I used this technique to create this sort of like tentacles. So I thought it was a nice idea to share with you guys how do I do this. So in this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to create objects that can repeat infinitely, how to use the array modifier, and also how to use the curve modifier. If you want to learn more in depth about my workflow, I have this entire course available on Blender Market, Gumroad, and QBrush, which is called Environment Design using Midjourney and Blender, on which I use a generated AI image, and then I recreated it completely in Blender and Photoshop. So I'm going to leave the link on the description, guys. So all right, let's just dive into Blender. We're just going to delete all of this, and we want to create an object that can repeat infinitely. Okay, so I'm going to create a circle. I'm going to make it only 5 vertices or 6 vertices, an hexagon. Go to my front view, and we really want to be very precise when doing this. So I'm going to show you how to be precise when extruding. So I'm going to extrude on the z-axis, and I'm going to press 0.5. Okay, so if this is 1, then we're just extruding it 0.5, like half. Okay, and we need to remember that because later is going to be of some use. Right now I'm going to put a mirror modifier on the z-axis, and now it's going to be repeated on the z-axis. Okay, I'm going to extrude it again, press scale, maybe there. Now we want to extrude it again on the z-axis, maybe 0.25, so it's half of this one. And now the really important part, we need to make another extrusion that it has to be the same, at this same length. Okay, so we're just going to activate our snap tool on the vertex and on the scale. So I'm going to press E and S for the scale, and if I press Ctrl, see, it's gonna snap whenever I go into this vertex right here. So that means it's on the exact same position. And I'm going to extrude it again on C, again 0.5. And on this way we have an object that can be repeated infinitely. So you see, because this part is the same as this one, so this one can repeat and form this part right here. And that's exactly what we're going to do using our array modifier. Just going to go to array. We don't want to use this relative offset, so I'm going to uncheck that. If we use this relative object, you're going to see that if we later want to make some adjustments here or some new cuts or extrusions, it's going to affect all of our main shape. So I don't want that, so I'm just going to put it on my constant offset. And I'm going to put this on 0 and press 2.5 on the z-axis. That's the exact number we want this to be precise. I'm going to merge it. Okay, and we can put more repetitions. That's fine. Now it's very important that we do this always exactly from the middle part. Okay, because I always have students that have problems when doing this last step. And it's because you need to start from the middle, and then you can move it wherever you want. So when you put the curve, 2 things you need to make sure. There's my curve, you see. When we modify this curve, we always want to do it first, the center point, it has to be on the middle of our world. And we want to go to edit mode whenever we want to make any change. So I'm going to rotate it on the X 90. See, I'm doing it on edit mode. So the location and the rotation remains the same as the beginning. And that's very important. I'm going to show you why. And this is what creates a lot of problem if you don't do it this way since the beginning. So okay, I'm creating this curve, making it bigger, and doing that. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna add our curve modifier, and we're gonna just drop this curve. You see what's happening? It's just not going the way we want it. So we need to find the exact axis. So in this case, it's gonna be, should be here. Yeah, there it is, on the z-axis. And if I move it on the z-axis with GZ, see, it's gonna, and we can animate this, you know, it's pretty cool. But if you don't do it this way, I'm going to show you what are some of the problems that people run into. Sometimes you just create a curve, you know, and then you go and move the curve on object mode however you want, just scale it, and then rotate these and scale. And you see the origin is not there anymore, in the middle anymore, and also the rotation is different. And when I put the curve modifier, you see it's not going to be able to find where's the curve, you know, because it doesn't know, because this is not 0. So maybe a way to fix it is just to Control A and apply the location and the rotation. And let me see, maybe, yep, you see that's how to fix that. Right now it's working on the -Z. So yeah, to avoid all of that, we do it from the middle. But that's the way to actually fix that. And okay, to finish this, we need to make it small on these last parts. So we go to the curve on edit mode and Alt S this, and that's gonna make this one thinner or thicker. And also here, maybe we can make this one thicker, you see. And if you also move it on edit mode, you can just keep adjusting this, but it's pretty cool. And if you go to edit mode on the object, you can modify this. You see, I'm just going to extrude this, maybe make an inset with I, same here, and extrude. And it's gonna repeat itself on all of the parts, which is great. And that would have not been possible if I had the relative offset. The relative offset is gonna mess it up. So okay, I hope you guys like this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel, and if you have any suggestions for next tutorial or something you wanna learn, just leave it on the comments. So see you next week, guys. Bye bye.